Hello, so I'm doing a short video about my solution to your problem. I've imported the sample data you sent. Thank you very much. And here it's in a supplier spending table. Then I went into Power Query and I made two reference copies. I right-clicked here and said reference, not duplicate. So I have two tables that are tied that come from this table, but they have a different shape and different kinds of records in them. One, I removed all the columns but the supplier and then got just the distinct values in that. So I have a supplier table. And the other, I removed all the columns but the category and then got the distinct value for that. Once I had those tables, I created relationships in my data model. So here you can see that the category is linked to category and spending, and the suppliers are linked to the supplier and spending. I have a dummy table over here for adding measures to, although I ended up doing the example by using calculated columns. So part of the trick is, or part of the reason for making the dimension tables, extracting the dimension tables, is that to answer the first question, the top 10 categories in spending, first I needed to get the total spending for each category. So the total spending for each category is a measure, and it uses calculate, and it sums up all the spending in the supplier spending table where the category equals the current category. The current category gets a value from the context the measure is executing in, so that when it's executing here, the current category will be A, and when it's executing here, the current category will be B. Once I had the total spending, then I was able to use RankX that turns out to rank the categories by their total spending. So RankX returns a rank, and here I have the ranks, and we have 12 categories, and they're ranked from 1 to 12. Once I have this information in the category table, then I can turn to the supplier table. So separating the dimension tables out from your spending transaction table makes it much easier, for me anyway, to think about doing this logic. So the first question I had for each supplier was, if you calculated how much they spent in the top 10 categories, how much was that? So again, I used calculate, and I just had it sum up the spending from the supplier spending table, but I put a filter on saying that the spending rank of the category should be less than or equal to 10. And the reason I can put the filter on the category table is that my category table is related to my supplier spending table. So if I filter the category table, I filter all the rows in the supplier spending table that match the filter I applied to the category table. So that lets me get only the categories from the category table that have a rank of 10 or less, and use those as a filter on the spending table, and sum up the spending in the spending table that fits in those categories. Once I had the amount the supplier spent, not total, but in the top 10 categories, I was then able to use RankX again and get a rank of their spending. This was a very interesting problem. I learned a lot working on it. Thank you for posting it.